Welcome back. And as we earlier said, that Egypt is preparing for the upcoming conference COP27 due in November in Sharm el-Sheikh, the Red Sea resort. And as earlier we said that Prime Minister Mustafa Mbouli was in Sharm el-Sheikh inspecting the preparations for the COP27 and developmental projects. And also we said earlier that the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sameh Shukri, said that COP27 presidency aims at turning Paris Agreement into implementation. Of course, he talked about the negotiations of the Paris Agreement to be turned into implementation. When it comes to implementation, it is important to include all the fronts and all the groups, the stakeholders, not only governments, but also youth, the private sector, multilateral developmental banks, and many others. The climate finance is the most important enabler of climate action. Despite multiple pledges, there is still a huge financial gap, especially in developing countries. And we're very delighted to be having with us live over the phone Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, our political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdel Rahman.
Well, good morning to you and hello to the dear viewers.
A good day to you, sir. Let us first shed the light of the preparations for the upcoming COP27 that is taking place in November in the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh.
Well, I believe that this very important event internationally that is being held in Misr, in Egypt, will be a start, a true start for the enhancing the Egyptian vision of how to deal with the climate changes and all the issues concerned. We believe that we have set our own vision based upon using the new way of projects of dealing with this issue through all the projects we have already have accomplished. We're talking about the green hydrogen projects. We were talking about the Egyptian demands of how important that the Western countries that have started the issues and the problems of the climate should have the greater role in solving it. And of course, we are leading this role on the level of other countries like friendly countries, of course, whether east or the west.
Right. Mr. Abdel Rahman, of course, going or taking all the concerned parties and going to the COP27 and tackling issues, important issues, like, of course, climate change on top of everything, the wildfires, the deforestation, the melting of ice, the scarcity of water, and the pollution, and the cause of the pandemics, which is the root cause for all the hassle that we're going through right now, and many other important issues. What type of issues are we concerned about at this moment concerning the place that we're living or the continent that we're living in?
Well, based on upon the latest reports, based on the latest news we have witnessed internationally, spread all over the world, we believe that most of the climate changes were meant to happen. We are talking about pandemics that are going through the world with some evil hands. Some evil hands are trying to harm humanity and to mess around with the climate and the basic rules of life for this planet. We believe that the issue here is a matter of agendas. We have hidden agendas of some powers, international powers, that are trying to destroy the way of living on this earth. We believe that Egypt can take a strong role leading all the countries, all the friendly countries that are defending the rights We're talking about the rights, one of the most human rights on this earth, to have a clean climate, no more using the chemtrail, no more using the harsh ways technologically to demolish the way of living, not the way of living, the basis of this life that we have created, that were created on this earth by the Holy Creator, by Allah.
Right. You said that there is an evil hand messing with the globe and harming humanity, but nobody is harming humanity as much as humanity is harming humanity. Humans are causing hazards to other humans. And that's why there is a great dire need for developing countries to be able to hold responsibility according to emissions and implementing the international commitments within the framework of the Paris Agreement and abiding by this agreement, and also the United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change, the UNFCCC. So there are there's a great deal of responsibility on the shoulder of people themselves in order not to hurt humanity.
Exactly. I believe also that Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has mentioned those evil hands in one of his statements, without, of course, explaining too much about them. But there are evil powers in this world that are trying to destroy by spreading violence, by spreading terrorism, by spreading disease, by spreading chemtrail, like I said before, as if they are trying to solve a problem that was already came out from nowhere. No, they have created this problem, and now they are trying to pretend that they are solving it, but on for the real, they are trying to create to make it even worse. We need to take a stand. I don't like to be called a developing country. We are a leading country. We have not just history. We have the basis of a very strong country, as here in Egypt, Misr. We can lead the African, the African country, the Arab countries, the Middle East, and other countries, of course, thinking the same way. We are the guardian of these rights, human rights of having a clear climate. This is our life.
Right. Mr. Abdel Rahman, how do you assess the efforts that are exerted every day by the Egyptian administration and the country to be able to turn into green economy and the clean energy resources?
Yes, we have considered, we have taken in our consideration that most of our new national projects to take the measures and the stance of of healing the climate, of never harm climate, as well as we are building our own technologies, our own industries. We are taking those measures very carefully, and we are setting a model for all countries. We can here say the developing countries that are trying to build the basis of the future. Too many projects. We have a very large scale of cooperation with other countries, our friendly countries, with investments coming from the East and the West, with our friendly nations, to build our own new line of technology and our own new line of industry based upon measures that keep our environment safe, never harm people, never harm the earth that we were given by God. Of course, we need those terms to be spread all over the world. And these are the basis of our own vision. in the new summit in Sharm el-Sheikh, inshallah.
Right. Do you expect also in the upcoming COP27 in November, inshallah, recommendations to be taken seriously and be taken to the international community, to the law of enforcement, standing up to the aggression on international waters or violating the rights of the share of waters and stuff like that?
Well, of course, demands can never be accomplished by only demanding. We need to make it happen, throughout our own relations with other countries that share us the same way. And there are too many countries right now are just realizing that there's something serious is meant to happen in this planet. We need to unite our visions along with other powers, and we have great powers around us that can share us the same vision and the same effort. We need to make it happen, not only demanding. It's our right, and we have to fight for it diplomatically. Of course, we need to make this happen because it's a matter of existence. It's a matter of existence. And who wouldn't want to share this view with us, he will explore that he is the one or the side that has created this issue from the first place. And this, by the way, this issue was created even too long before, from the 60s or maybe the 50s or 60s of the last century.
Right. How do you think the African continent would be confronting the severe consequences of the climate change, such as the water scarcity, like I earlier mentioned before, the drought, the desertification, and also the land degradation and threat to food security, which is a major problem in some countries in Africa?
Well, of course, Africa is in the eye of the hurricane, as you can say. Well, of course, this continent has suffered for decades, and we need to shed light on the efforts should be taking place, helping those nations in Africa to regain their I would say even power, control on this continent against some other powers, some Western powers that are try to, even some Western powers too, that are trying to divide the continent between them economically and politically, and pulling their influence in there. By this way, we can have their decision, solidarity, and independence again. That then they can gather with us, protecting our own continent, our own climate, and defending our rights to have a clear and clean climate.
Yes, of course, Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, our political analyst, would like to thank you, sir, so much, and you have a beautiful day. And we're going to go to a short break, and we'll come to continue the breakfast show, so stay with us.